Hello guys, welcome to STEM Trainer YouTube channel. In the previous videos of circles, we saw what are the different forms of a circle, how to find the center and radius, and then we saw what are the different cases possible between a straight line and a circle in a plane. So there were three cases: intersecting at 2 points, intersecting at 1 point known as tangent, and non-intersecting, that is not intersecting at all. So we saw those cases. Now we are going to see a particular case that is tangent and circle. So we are going to see the cases in which a tangent is given to a circle, how to find its equation, and some other questions related to it. So let's get into it. So this is our first question. So a circle is given with center P and passes through point Q. Okay, you have to find the equation for the circle. Okay, so let's draw a circle. So there is a circle, there is center P 2 comma 1, there is a point Q on the circle. It's not given where, but it lies on the circle. So let's take here point Q. So this is my circle C. So we have to find its equation. So to find equation of a circle, what do you need? We need center and radius. So center is already given, which is very good. Okay, so now we need to look for radius. So how can we find radius in this diagram? So as you can see, if you join P and Q, that is nothing but my radius. So just need to find length of PQ, that is my nothing but radius. So this is nothing but square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. That is coming out to be nothing but square root of 8 square plus 6 square, and which is 100. So square root of 100 will give you 10. So my radius is 10. And we already have the center, so I can just simply write the equation of the circle as x minus 2 whole squared plus y minus 1 whole squared equals 10 square, or 100 you can say. So this is my equation for the circle. So this is my A part. Okay, that's simple. We just need to look for radius. Now second part it says find the equation for L1. L1 is tangent to the curve at point Q. Okay, so now what they are doing is they are drawing a tangent at the point Q. So there is a tangent at point Q. They are calling it as line L1. So we need to find its equation. Now this is new, that is tangent. How to find tangent? So what property we use in this is very simple. We know that radius and this tangent are perpendicular. So we are going to use this property. When two lines are perpendicular, their gradient product should be minus 1, or gradient of one is negative reciprocal of other, same thing. So that is what we are going to use in this. This is very important. In every tangent question you have to use this. Okay, so let's see how we can use this. Okay, so first we will need gradient of L1. So for that we will need gradient of PQ. So I will find gradient of PQ, that is my radius, as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So which will give me nothing but 6 over 8, that is 3 over 4. So this is gradient of PQ. So now if I have gradient of PQ, I can find gradient of tangent, that is negative and reciprocal. So reciprocal of 3 by 4 is 4 by 3. So my answer is minus 4 over 3. So now I have the gradient of line L1. I will need a point. Okay, I already have a point, that is point Q. Q lies on L1. So now I can use the formula that we learned, which was very useful in finding straight line equation, that is y minus y1 is equal to gradient into x minus x1. So this is how we will write the equation for tangent. So let's substitute the values. Y minus 7, the point is 10 comma 7. So y minus 7 equals gradient is minus 4 over 3 into x minus 10. So this is my straight line equation. Now I need to, always remember, don't leave the question or the answer like this. Always simplify. otherwise you will lose 1 mark. So there is 1 mark for simplification also. So let's simplify this. Multiply by 3, we'll get this equals minus 4x plus 40. So this is nothing but 3y minus 21 plus 4x minus 40 equals 0. So I will get 3y plus 4x minus 61 equals 0. So this is my answer for B part, and this is my tangent. So all you guys need to do is you guys need to remember this formula. Okay, this is very helpful in case of circles and tangents. Okay, let's go for the C part now. Now they are saying there is a line L2 that intersects at P and Q, intersects at A and B, not P and Q. Okay. And what is this line L2? This line is parallel to L1 and passes through midpoint of AB. Okay, so basically what's happening is this is my center, this is my line L2, this is my line L1. So midpoint of PQ is this. So there is a line which is parallel to L1. So let's call this as L2, and it is passing through the midpoint. So this is my Q, this is my P. And this line is intersecting the circle at 2 points A and B. So we need to find this length AB. So now this is the Pythagoras question. So what we will do is, we already know that if you join P and B, this is nothing but radius of the circle, because P is center and B is a point on the circle. And we know the length of, let's call this midpoint as M. So we already know that PM is nothing but radius over 2. Why? Because PM is nothing but PQ over 2. That is because M is midpoint and PQ is nothing but the radius. So basically PM is nothing but R over 2. And we know this is a right angle. So I can use Pythagoras theorem in this, and I can directly write my MB will be equal to square root of hypotenuse square minus the perpendicular square. So this will be my answer, and I already know radius of my circle is 10 because we found here. This is my radius. So let's solve this. So MB will be equal to square root of R square, that is 10 square minus 5 square, that is 100 minus 25, square root of 75. And square root of 75 we can write as 5 square root of 3, because 75 is 5 times 5 times 3, so we can take 5 out. So now this is the value of MB. So now if you have MB, I can find AB, because AB is nothing but 2 times MB, because M is the midpoint also in this case. Correct? Because this angle is also 90 and this is also midpoint. So AB is nothing but, my final answer is AB equals 2 times 5 root 3, that is 10 square root of 3. This is our final answer. So this is how they will ask questions on this concept. The tangent, the length of chords. So that's why I said chords will be used in this also. Basically the Pythagoras theorem. So just remember this. Okay, let's try one more question on this, and let's see what's the question. So my question is, the line y is equal to 3x minus 4 is tangent to circle. So there is a circle and this line is tangent at the point 2, 2. That is the point A. B is the center of the circle. So we need to find equation of AB. Okay. So AB line, as you can see, is my radius line, or sometimes we call it a normal also. So what we will use is same concept we will use, that Radius and tangent, they make 90-degree angle or they are perpendicular. So therefore gradient of radius times gradient of tangent should be -1. And in always all the cases, one at least one gradient will be given. So in this case what they have given is gradient of tangent. What's the gradient of tangent in this? Is 3, because the line is 3x minus 4. So y equal to mx plus c. Okay, so now I am getting gradient as 3. So my gradient of tangent is 3. It implies my gradient of radius will be -1/3, negative reciprocal. So after this, now what we will do is, we already have the gradient of AB, we have the point A, so we can use y minus y1 equals gradient into x minus x1, where x1 y1 is the point 2, 2. So it implies my answer is y minus 2 equals -1/3 into x minus 2. Now just be careful in this. Sometimes students leave this question as it is like this, but there are marks for simplification also. So you have to simplify this little bit. So what we will do is we will multiply everything by 3. So I will get 3y minus 6 equals -x plus 2, and which will give me 3y plus x minus 8 equals 0. So this is equation of AB. That is the radius. Okay. Now next question is, they are asking is, if point B lies on a line y equals 1. So now this point B lies on a line that is y equals 1, like this, y equals 1. So this line is y equals 1, and you already know the equation of this AB line, that is 3y plus x minus 8. So 3y plus x minus 8 equals 0. So how do you find the B point? B point is nothing but the point of intersection of these two lines. That's one way to say this. Now second way is, you can directly say, because y is 1, so y coordinate of B is also 1. And if y coordinate is 1, you can substitute y coordinate as 1 in this. So 3 times 1 plus x minus 8 equals 0. I will get x as 5. So my x coordinate will be 5, which is what we need to prove in B part, that x coordinate of B is 5. Okay, so basically my x coordinate is 5. So you can do this also. Now third part they are saying is, we have to find the equation of the circle. Okay, so that's easy, because B is the center, this is center, we need radius, and radius is nothing but AB. So my AB is the radius. So what is AB? Square root of y2 minus y1 whole square plus x1 minus x2 whole square. So x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. So which will be nothing but square root of, this is 9 plus 1 is 10. So this is my AB, that is nothing but radius. So now once you have the radius, we already have the center, so we can find the equation. So what's my equation now? Center is 5, 1. So my answer will be x minus 5 whole square plus y minus 1 whole squared equal to square root of 10 whole square. So this will be my answer for the equation of the circle. So this is how you can get questions in exams based on the topic of tangent and circle. Okay, that's it for today, and thanks for watching STEM Trainers YouTube channel. If you like what you are seeing and You can share it with your friends, and please don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. It helps me a lot.